Alrighty, welcome back. It is me, LaughNgamez, and that means it is time for some more Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay cast action. It's pretty much always Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay cast action, but this time it is going to be some more AlphaStar. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the high-level artificial intelligence taking a crack at Starcraft 2. This time it's going to be playing Zerg. I thought about what I wanted to watch next, and I thought, all right, let's take another look at its Zerg play and see how it's going to handle attacks and things like that, which is a big part of playing Zerg. So I thought, I want to see some more of that. And so it's going to be another Zerg versus Terran from AlphaStar. And yeah, just more of this 1v1 Starcraft 2 action. I think I should do some more team games, though, like... yeah, try and find some more pro or high-level 2v2 replays, and maybe do some of that, because I really do enjoy some of that high-level 2v2 replays and things. So yeah, anyway, thanks so much to everyone for checking out this video. If you are enjoying this AlphaStar action, of course, make sure to press that like button just as you're checking out this video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I put out videos like this pretty much every day, so make sure to press that old subscribe button. And anyway, as far as this game goes, just starting to heat on up here, or I mean, it's kind of like you know, the water's starting to get warm, but it's not really reaching a boil yet. This is this stage of StarCraft 2. Not a lot going on just yet. AlphaStar so far seems to play pretty linearly for the most part. It doesn't go for like crazy cheeses or anything kind of ridiculous like that. So it's nice to see it just playing straight on up, and that generally allows us to see a lot of what players can do to try and expose the AI. And so yeah, here we go, taking a look, just spawning pool up, hatchery up. Pretty darn normal things here from the Zerg player. The Terran, of course, who is an unranked player. I mean, his MMR is probably somewhere between Master and Grandmaster. So he's probably quite a competent player, I imagine. We're just going to see how well he's going to do versus someone like AlphaStar, or something like AlphaStar, pardon me. You guys are always like, oh, you can't call it, you can't call AlphaStar here or whatever, and it's like, well, 99% of this StarCraft 2 games that I cast, AlphaStar is indeed, or the players are usually just guys. So if I refer to them like that, it is not really intentional. So if I call AlphaStar or talk about AlphaStar like it's a human, it is not indeed. But anyway, yeah, we're seeing how this game's going on. The Terran player was able to snatch up AlphaStar's first 4 Zerglings, and it's actually given AlphaStar a bit of a tough go at it here. Going to be able to try and pick off that drone, and guess that AlphaStar apparently does know to try and save him like that, but actually didn't do it in time. It kind of just dilly-dallied and lost its drone. So no third base for AlphaStar just yet. It wants to try and secure that expansion, but it's like, huh, there's a Reaper here. Now that is that's problematic, so it's going to pull that drone back for now. Reaper. Yeah, gonna start working away on that drone. AlphaStar definitely knows that Reaper is there, but it's like, oh, I gotta get this expo up. A grenade gets tossed down. The Lings are getting bounced in. Oh, the unranked Terran player is gonna nab up another one of AlphaStar's drones there. That, if you're a Terran player at this point, it is 3 minutes and 39 seconds into the game. This is good for the Terran. There is no doubt about this. And oh no, not another dead one. Okay, AlphaStar apparently tries to secure it twice and then gives up. This Terran, by the way, is super bold here, with his Reaper still being out on the map. The fact that there's Ling speed out and the Reaper's just chilling. AlphaStar, though, interestingly enough, is going to be looking to double expand, it would seem. He's like, all right, you deny one of my expos, I'll just secure another and take his super early 4th base. I mean, that's not going to happen, though, because of this drone. These drones, this Reaper is just a murderer. He's like an actual Reaper, just delivering death onto those drones here. That's 3 gone down so far. Meanwhile, our Terran player here, he's actually going to be going for Cloak. Going to be going for Banshee, Hellions, and an Armory. So probably going for a bit of an attack as he throws up that Armory. So that's going to allow him make a bit of a nice play here, potentially with Hellions and Hellbats and Banshees as well. It can be one of those attacks that simply straight up kills Zergs, and he's also getting a nice scout off onto his opponent. This is really good for the Reaper, just getting a full scout. And oh my gosh, is it gonna get out of AlphaStar's base? Yes, it does. AlphaStar, who's had a very tough go at the start, losing drones for days. And by that I mean 3-1 Reaper, which is just disastrous at a high level. So we'll see if it's going to be able to hold on here, but what's going to be coming its way is not going to be easy to stop. We've got a ton of Hellions crossing the map right now. These drones were about to transfer. They're like, uh-oh, turn around. I'm going to call in sick to work today, as those drones want nothing to do with all those Hellions. Now, these Hellions can turn into Hellbats, and they're going to do just that. Now, Queens, they want to try and stop this, but as long as there's no creep for them to easily get up there, they can't really micro back versus those Hellbats. The Hellbats being like, yeah, those Queens are off creep. They are slow. They are easy pickings, and they are 2 of the Queens already go down, and they were Queens with high energy. What else does AlphaStar have? The answer is not a lot behind this. Losing its hatchery, the Broodlings stand no chance versus the Hellbats, and all of a sudden, this hasn't even really been cleaned up at all. The Terran hasn't actually lost a unit this game yet. I totally jinxed it there with that Banshee going down, but no, he's already done so much damage here to AlphaStar, who's just getting a beating. AlphaStar is actually trying to go for a counterattack, but the Terran did a great job there with raising his depots in time. He's securing up his third base, and I think this Zerg could be about to lose his third base. The Queens on the high ground are doing a good job working away in these Hellbats. A few of the Lings going to try and get us around, but AlphaStar has effectively just been knocked back to 2 bases. It's re-securing up its third, but it's just doomed to 2 bases, it would seem, this game. And while this is going on, the Terran even gets out with his Hellbats. The Lings were trying their best to harass, and the Terran is just powering on up now. We take a look here. And this unranked player is honestly just straight up wrecking AlphaStar right now. Like, it is having a bad time. We take a look at this. Ling's going to be going for a bit of a counterattack, but the supply is in favor of the Terran. These Marines are now going to be able to push away these Lings. This Terran player is playing pretty well. I think his macro behind this maybe could have been a little bit better, but no, it would seem he's doing quite a good job, for the most part, staying on top of things. 7-minute third command center after going for some Hellbat Banshee pressure. He's still got the Hellions alive. He's going to have 1-1 done far before the Zerg player. AlphaStar is just busy trying to throw up more expansions here. These Hellions come on in. They're going to start to work away on this, and they might actually be able to get a kill or a cancel right now. AlphaStar is like, what? Going to be losing a hatchery to Hellions? Does not compute, but it's gonna happen. AlphaStar, that is a canceled 4th base. That is its 2nd time taking that base, and it's just not happening. Meanwhile, this Terran player happily dropping mules on this base. He's just got his Hellions still alive. He's producing bio, a ton of Marines. Like, this is a real bad time here for the artificial intelligence. This is man versus machine, and let me tell you, man is having a real good run at it. So let's see, AlphaStar. Gonna have to stop this attack. It is starting to make some Roaches and Ravagers, which it seems to do quite well with, from what I've seen anyway, but I don't even know if it's gonna have enough. Like, this is just so much Terran coming across the map. There's Hellions that are gonna help deal with the Lings. There's a good amount of stimmed bio, and even a Banshee in the sky. AlphaStar is having a real tough go at it. We see this Banshee gonna start working away on this 4th base. The Spore Callers are repositioning for AlphaStar because of the Banshee, but the 4th base gets killed, not canceled. There's a good number of Queens, some Roach Ravager, but AlphaStar is just building up. And the question is, what is it building up into? The answer really is nothing. It's just like dead. It just lost that 4th base yet again. It's 3 base to 3 base, which really favors the Terran. And yeah, the supply favors the Terran, and when you're Zerg going Roaches and you're still behind on supply, that is a very, very bad time, because as a matter of fact, Roaches are one of the most supply inefficient units in the game. The Banshee could finally get picked off. Just please kill that Banshee, AlphaStar, but no, it's not happening. AlphaStar is just straight up getting pwned here by this human. Even Crow's compiling 1 or 2 of its own Roaches. Good transfuse from AlphaStar, but there's just so much Terran here at this point. This is just 1-1 stimmed bio, which is going to do amazing. It's going to run forward. This Terran player sniping down those Ravagers left, right, and center. A lot more Roaches have come down to try and help buffer versus this. The Queen's helping, so a very nice pancake for AlphaStar. AlphaStar is just doing a very good job here. Ravagers and Queens going to be able to try and make this happen. Yeah, this was actually a very good fight from AlphaStar. The Terran, just with Marines, wasn't able to compete versus the Roaches and Ravagers, and actually gets repelled. So I was saying AlphaStar was kind of getting wrecked, but no, it did a good job behind this, defending that. Behind this, the Terran did just secure up a 4th base. I mean, we take a look, though. AlphaStar is actually just going to go all in here. And we're going to see if this Terran's going to be able to hold on. I mean, I was kind of surprised when he was able to, or when he lost that fight since he had such a lead. But no, AlphaStar is like, maybe I should go for an attack. No, the Terran, though, is actually going to be going for a very nice counterattack here. Going to be able to nab up a few drones. Drones being pulled by AlphaStar to fight this. Fortunately for AlphaStar, the Marines very overstimmed, so they're rather easy to pick off. Now, AlphaStar has secured up a 4th base. It's getting up this base once again. We'll see if it's actually going to come to fruition here. But this Terran player is still just making Marines and tanks. I mean, Marines and tanks are good, but versus Roaches, they're honestly not the best. I mean, on, like, complete mass, they're pretty good, but just trading out Roaches usually do pretty darn well versus Marines due to their natural base armor. Let's take a look here, too. Yeah, like, tanks, Marines, more barracks getting on up. Tech Lab's going up on this one. That could finally be for some Marauders, which would be good for the Terran, I feel. AlphaStar, though, has actually managed to buy itself some time. It's starting to respread its creep here. It's got up 5 bases, whereas the Terran is just securing up his 4th base, and on paper, that looks okay for it. I mean, I still think the Terran's army composition is a little bit better. His upgrades are better. But, I mean, like, it's not all bad for AlphaStar. I'd say it's definitely got a fighting chance here to see if it can maybe get a killing blow-off on this Terran or something. Probably wants to trade out the Roach Ravager before the Terran really rolls up on it. But we take a look, AlphaStar, it needs a bit more time to get up its +2/+2 upgrades, as it's currently down on the upgrades. I mean, it can always get some good corrosive biles off, which don't care about upgrades, though. But, oh yeah, look at this. This unranked Terran player here, he's moving across the map. He's managed to make 70 Marines. He's got a good number of tanks. That's like 6, 7 tanks. They're now rolling on up to AlphaStar's base. They're getting a very nice spot on the high ground, and AlphaStar is going to have to break this somehow, but I think it might be quarter past not happening. Roachos and Ravagers going up. Corrosive Biles are blanketing the tanks. Okay, Corrosive Biles, but AlphaStar doesn't get them all off there. More Corrosive Biles are getting tossed out here. And with these Marines, they're now going to start focusing down this hatchery. They, for AlphaStar, unfortunately loses its hatchery. Now, its supply is still pretty high up based on the fact that it's been able to make another 26 Roaches. But with it just losing its +2 Carapace there, its Roaches are going to be a lot weaker than they could be. The Terran has been able to push forward a bit more with his siege tanks. He should have more reinforcements coming across the map. He probably wants to rally those across the map for this push, but he has already killed off this base here, which is just destined never to get up there for the Zerg player. AlphaStar just rallying its Roaches and Ravagers across the map. Yeah, those Roaches getting picked off. They're just exploding into those siege tanks there. We take a look, the Terran's like, yeah, there's a base here, I'm going to go try and finish it. This could force AlphaStar's hand, as it's like, I can't afford to lose this. It's going to go down the ramp into siege tanks, choking on up versus the tanks is never a good thing. It has been able to pick off most of the tanks, but that base it had is now gone. AlphaStar knocked down to 3, trying to secure a 4th base once again, but AlphaStar is just having a real tough go at it. I mean, it's making 1 Muta. Okay, AlphaStar, 1 Muta, and it just explodes in a glorious fashion. Okay, though, we take a look at this. Somehow, while this has been going on, AlphaStar has been able to get up to a hive. It's been able to get up a spire, and now it's going to be heading towards a greater spire. And if AlphaStar makes a few Broodlords, that could actually really turn things around, as a Terran can't really compete versus Broodlords without making a specific counter to them. And by that, I mean something like Ghosts, Vikings, Thors, anything like that. Just Marines and tanks is pretty bad versus just Broodlords. So let's take a look. The Terran player is going to be moving on in. He's like, hey, AlphaStar, you trying to get up a 4th base again? Yeah, I thought you said you weren't allowed to get any of those. So we see the Terran. He's now moving on in. He's like, all right, that's a 4th base. Make a beeline towards it. He's forcing AlphaStar into a fight here. Corrosive Biles are blanketing down everywhere. The Bio was stepping forward, but with the good transfuse and Corrosive Biles going down, the Terran player actually gets repelled here. Now, while this is going on, the Terran's going to be looking for some more harassment versus AlphaStar, but I mean, AlphaStar held on for the most part. It's just got to clean up this attack, and maybe it can keep it going. Its supply is dropping, but oh, the Terran may be able to get the Greater Spire, and if that goes down, that was all AlphaStar was hoping for, and it does fall. So an amazing pickup. The value of that pickup cannot be understated. for the Terran player. He's like, oh, that was a close one. The Zerg almost had Broodlords, and as this is going on, the Terran's coming on in once again. He's going to fry up those drones. He's going to knock down this hatchery, and with that, AlphaStar is pretty much nothing in this game, really. A corrosive bomb narrowly misses the full medivacs. But, I mean, the Terran on 5 bases, the Zerg just can't get past 3 bases here. The Terran has done everything he's needed to do. We are seeing that AlphaStar make a couple of Ultras here, but they're only going to be on +1 Carapace, whereas this is a 3/3 Terran, so they won't even be that tanky. It's just a few Ultras, and they've got no melee upgrades. So I don't know if it's going to be enough for AlphaStar to turn this around. It's certainly going to give it the good old college try here, as it's trying to just get up a 4th base, and maybe with a few Ultras it can hold on long enough to turn things around, but I feel like the few opportunities it had are really gone now. Look at this, the Terran gonna be starting to steamroll across the map. He's like, alright, for humanity. The Terran's now crossing. He's got just a good amount of Marines, Marauders, Medivacs. That's all you need versus this composition. There's a few Ultras out, but I don't think they're gonna be up to stuff. Queens with good transfuse can maybe help out these Ultras, but the Zerg player trying to go up a ramp. There's a tank there. It's forcing the Zerg into a bad fight. AlphaStar is going to go for it. The 2 Ultras just melt like butter. There's one in the back, but he says, I don't want to go up front, as the Terran just has so much bio here, and everything is going to melt, Ultralisk or not. And with that, with the corrosive bombs missing the Terran army, the 4th base falling for like the 5th time or something, that's definitely it. And AlphaStar best be practicing on its linguistic skills here, because it's about to have to say GG in a second. Yeah, that's it. AlphaStar is toast. It is toast here. 18 roaches ain't gonna save you. 80 roaches probably wouldn't save it at this point. And with that, like we see AlphaStar is just losing its natural. It's going to be losing its main. The Terran's like, sure, I'll waltz on into your main. And with that, AlphaStar, GG's. That's going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this commentary, make sure to press that like button. Let's try and keep this going, breaking 50 likes on these videos. And I'll put up another AlphaStar cast. That is the deal. And you can hold me to that. So, yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. If you enjoyed this, press that like button. And if you're new to the channel, press that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. This has been LaughNgamez.